Hello, good people. We are back again, and it's the Worldview Podcast where we discuss real issues for real people in this world. Today, we will be discussing a different topic from the mini series of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Today, we'll just be discussing real issues that men face and women in this world. Adults, so it's about lifestyle. We are going to talk about gambling. But first of all, before we dive deep into what we're going to discuss today, that's gambling. Let me reintroduce again our team. Godda, how are you?
I'm very fine, Isaiah. Thank you very much for knowing how I'm doing. How are you?
I'm fine. I thank God.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What about you, Amus? How are you?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I'm doing very fine health-wise. Financially, I'm managing, but I thank God so far. I hope you have also been doing well.
I'm doing well, but I'm glad that you're financially at least average. For me, the surgery was okay, but it's like I'll have to go for another one in terms of financial. But it's how life is.
Yeah.
You're drowning.
I'm
You should
drowning.
try gambling.
No. I have tried it
Yeah.
for some time, but I think it's also adding to the issues draining me.
So you have been trying recently.
I can't lie. There is a day I tried, but I was just baffled by Manchester United. I
Were
was
you
surprised,
successful?
but,
Were you
How
successful?
would-
Or
how can I
Manchester
be-
United did the thing?
it was a miracle. It's a case of David and Goliath, but not in a good way. But we just survived.
Don't worry,
So
maybe
today I
David
think
won.
Yeah. Let us now discuss these gambling. What do you understand by the word gambling, Mr. Amus?
Yeah. So, according to my understanding and my experience so far in this world, I can define gambling as a state of whereby someone speculates returns. This can either be financially, like monetary, or any other type. Someone speculate maybe they will reap high in the near future. Yeah, that's what I can define as gambling from a layman language.
That's awesome. What about you, Godda?
According to me, gambling is an investment. First of all, it's just like any other job. Let me say so.
Okay.
Yes,
mean-
I've taken gambling very serious.
You mean there are
You
some
mean-
people
you
who
know
take
you are-
gambling
you are
as a
very-
career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does it
There are
pay?
professional gamblers out there. Yeah,
It pays.
it pays.
Okay.
It pays a lot and it's a very good career, in fact, because you don't need an office. Taxes, they take it themselves. So you have maximum returns. You don't have to set an office. You just need capital. So
And good internet.
gambling is an investment where you predict the future. And
Yeah. And get
I
to be
think,
paid.
and get to be paid just for predicting. Some people go with instincts. Some people, it's just like a game of poker. You don't know the next move, but you can predict what will come. It's just an investment like any other. It's just different because other businesses have less risk involved and other businesses are more tangible, but gambling is virtual. Some of them are tangible, of course, but not in that way. You know, something that you put and wait for other returns. Gambling, if you lose all, or you get a little return. But that's what I understand about gambling.
Yeah, okay, just to add on top, growing up, I had one of my mentor who used to tell me, no risk, no gain. The higher the risk, the higher the gain. So hope it's...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Amos. You mean you had a mentor?
Me, not a
Yes,
mentor. There was this guy I was looking up to. He was very smart, street smart, I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
he-
okay, just
Mhm.
good
Actually,
crowd.
this man was like a con man. And he had this good convincing power. So I say that when I grow up, I
Yeah.
would like to be like this man, to have this good convincing power and, to be like a conman because it was very hard for you to, to note his next move. But yeah, I had Amanda.
Yeah, if you are a conman, of course, you must be brilliant.
Yeah,
If you decide to be a conman, you become automatically brilliant.
This guy was very brilliant. I used to envy him because, like, he could know all the possible angles that you can tackle him from, and he had all the answers. Yeah, like, I just used to like his genius. Like, to me, he was a genius. But yeah, I now hear that he reformed. He's now a pastor.
He has taken another route.
No, he's a pastor, genuine pastor.
Yeah, he's now.
I think he has advanced.
That nowadays he also speaks in tongues. Those ribobo shaka bam bam bam.
Man, that's
He's
a
conning
conman.
in a very polite way.
Now, without hurting you.
Yeah, effortless.
But either way, it's a win for a bro. A bro is winning.
Actually. But now,
Okay, what about you, Isaiah?
to me, gambling is just the way it's a utopian idea which a person has in the head. You're just building castles, In gambling, I think in gambling, the one who is a winner, the gambling that we know today is the platform that you place your bet in. Because if you lose, they win. Even if you win, there's somebody else who has lost somewhere. So they'll never lose. You're the only one who is recycling your expectations. When you're placing bets there, you have ideas in your mind. You want to build houses. Maybe you want to win the mega jackpot like that recently, which was won in Kenya. You want to build houses without even working. You just want to be paid actually for thinking something will happen. And I think that's what I think about betting.
But I can say that gamblers also do some work because I have a friend of mine who usually like the analysis, the statistics, the odds. He even goes back.
They can predict.
Like in football, he goes back about looking at the history of those teams, about the head-on-head, analyzing, and now the squad. Like the
analysis of football
matches. That is not your friend. Amos, I think Amos is lying. Amos is him.
No,
because I used to do that. I used to do that thing, and there's no way you can know about it if you didn't do it.
No. I have this. One of my businesses. I have a pool table, so I have this few guys who sit there almost 2 hours analyzing the games. Like even the previous game of Manchester, the guy even predicted that Manchester will lose. And it surprised me.
But that was obvious.
That was not obvious. Like to me, I saw that obvious. How was it obvious?
And the way Manchester winning any time this season.
This season has just started.
Football games are not won by squads. It's mentality. It's a mentality. It's a winning mentality and culture.
Are you trying to say that Manchester United players have weak mentality or our coaches have weak mentality?
I'm not trying to say it's evident. But let us know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You don't have to. You don't need any other knowledge to know.
How does mentality
is a useless club? If you gamble on Manchester United to win, you might need psychiatric assistance. Because if you bet for Manchester United, you are crazy.
What if you bet against it?
You'll always cry.
What if you bet against it? Is a smart move. It's a smart move.
Oh.
Yeah, that one now you'll be acting as a professional gambler.
Riding on the storm.
This Burnley game, I should take all my rent and put it on Burnley.
That's what we are trying to discuss today. We want to burn those bridges.
I think you should do that. You should do that as early as now.
Burn all the bridges. You might need to go back. I'm talking from experience.
In this case, there is no going back.
At least to construct some small bridges that you might use going back. Because as you have said, the future is not certain. Just like in gambling, you might not know what will happen tomorrow. So sometimes don't burn all the bridges. At least leave one that as an escape route.
So according to you, Amos, do you think gambling is a bad thing to do?
gambling is not a bad thing to do. It's only bad when it's done in excessive. And as you have,
It's only bad when it's done in there's a place that I had some politicians saying that corruption is only bad when you're not involved.
that thing is very true.
Gambling is also bad when you're not involved, but when you're in it,
Okay,
you can really support that.
okay, I don't know, but there is this friend of mine who says that gambling's pay, and actually is living large. Do you know this theater thing?
Mhm.
The theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so this guy has like, according to what he told me, he said that per day
Mhm.
he set aside 1,000 shillings. You know,
Mhm.
like 1,000 shillings if he wins. He said like if he wins, he continue playing. If he loses and he lose all the 1,000 shillings, he drop out until tomorrow. So I can say that it's, as Isaiah has said, it's all about mentality and self-control. If you truly have self-control and you can manage yourself and you do it according to your plan, I can say gambling is not a bad thing. It's a lucrative profession, as Godda said. So when done it correctly, of course, and to, when I say correctly, responsible is for you to avoid the addiction, because I know gambling addiction, it's very, very, very bad. I've seen some marriages breaking just because of gambling, as we'll see later. Anyway, according to me, when gambling is done responsibly, it's a good profession.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can even encourage.
How do you do it? How do you even Isaiah, do you believe that?
No, I can't believe that. These things works for different people differently, Like I always spend some quality time now on saying stories and experiences from different people. What are they going through with life? And I came across a certain post. A guy was complaining that his brother actually wasted 0.9 million Kenyan shillings on betting. The wife had to live with the children because how do you lose her? And it was alone. In fact, it was alone. You see how ambitious that thing can make you.
But to be serious, how can you be seriously?
Yeah, you say I can double this thing.
It's what I say. For me, there's a period in time I was working as a labor back in Kitale there, loading trucks. And then there's this day I became, I think my head switched off and I started telling myself, you're a brilliant guy. Why don't you just go in at home and start playing betting league? It's like 1 minute.
I remember that thing. No, betting, I know, you gambling.
I don't know betting.
Hey, for me, I went at home. At first, I was having 1,000 bob that day. And said, I told that guy, I'll never come back to work for you. You are very stupid.
You see, you burn all the bridges.
I went home. Now when I'm certain, I started playing with 100 bob. Played with one. Then at some point, I went up to, I doubled my amount up to 2,000.
Now you see.
Then something told me, why don't you just put all of it?
You
once.
Isaiah, you lack this.
You don't know.
You lack self-control.
You don't know the human mind.
And you are also
when
greedy.
it comes easy, you become excited. It's not greediness. I had not actually formulated a strategy. So I was just trying out. But actually, the same day, it taught me a lot. I had to go and start begging for apologies there back at work. Oh, it was just Satan. Maybe I even started saying it's
So you lost. You lost everything.
Sometimes
I
Satan
actually
even wonder.
I withdraw
You are a legend.
Not legend.
If you know betting league, you are a legend.
Honestly speaking, the gambling that I know is all about the sport versa and now the theater, of which the theater I only gambled once, and let me tell you, that chopper flew away with my money almost immediately.
It saved your life.
And since that day, I haven't tried to gamble again. But there are some other forms of gambling, of which, we'll talk about it later. But I can say gambling is only good when it doesn't involve you, as Godda said.
Kill you, man. Hey,
But what if
You
somebody...
know, you guys,
One minute.
have you really been involved in gambling, you guys? You know me, I started gambling with, do you remember that thing we used to play with marbles? We call it in Kenya Banta. That is when I started gambling.
then you are
Then we played
You used to gamble with the banta.
Simbi. We played Chobo. See, Banta is already gambling because when you beat it, you win it. Or what is it?
See, we used
To
to
beat
win.
it, you win it.
We used to win those banda. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
you win,
gam- of
you are
course,
given
there's a reward.
one banda.
Whatever you hit is you win it.
That's
So
your
that's a
game.
form of gambling.
So that
yeah,
when
it's
you
a gain. So I graduated from that. I went to Simbi. I went to Choboch. I went to Kuta, where you measure with your hand like this.
Let me enlighten our viewers. For those who don't know Choboch, Choboch is where you dig like a small hole. Then
Yeah.
Start throwing coins.
You use coins. Then you throw the coins. Then there's this thing we used to call gongi. They still exist.
Yeah, the big one with
Yes.
multiple
With the seven-
corners.
Ten
I think
corners,
the-
I think it had.
8 or I think there were 8 corners.
Yeah,
It's long. I haven't seen them. So I used to play Choboch.
Mm.
Then you went to Godda.
Mm.
Eh.
Or you make blue the gongi blue. You know, blue was 20 bob back then.
To be heavy, a little bit heavy. So it used to be.
Yeah.
Then you have come from far. If you Banda, Choboch, Godda.
So for those guys who know that, now you are a legend in gambling. Like you, Isaiah, what is the maximum money you've ever played on sports betting?
I can't lie. I've never been that serious, man. There's a time I was back in KU and I did place a 100 bob and somebody jinxed my bet. Yes. There's a friend of mine who watched my bet. Actually, Chelsea was playing Swansea.
Yeah.
It was already winning. I was doing like 7K.
Yeah.
And then all of a
And
sudden,
you are very
Swansea-
broke. That was the
I-
last amount.
I was very broke. That was the last amount. And then Swansea actually scored the 2 goals and it ended the draw. And then there was this other time now, I had to take a loan from Tala. You know,
Just to
I no, I've just taken a loan for my own personal things. Now I had remained with almost 1,000 bob. I was actually starting my business with that money. There's a time I had a friend. I think you know him. I had a friend. He could predict half time, full time. He did predict for me. I did stake 10 bob. Clement Foot. It was in Lake 2.
Yeah.
He predicted half time, full time. It will be 0-0 draw, and it actually came to pass. Hey, I got 500, and then I said there was that elite bet. You remember elite bet?
Yeah.
You have come from far, my brother. You have come from.
So you placed 500.
I placed my money 500. That time Lukaku was still at Everton. He was scoring goals, and what even amused me is that day when I placed my bet, that Everton was the only team that removed me from that bet. Lukaku did not score that day. They were beaten 1-0.
My guy, you're so into to gambling, and you know Elite bet.
So, God, from here, you can see, like, you are the one who is, actually, I can say, you have had most experience.
Successful.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so because you Amos. Do you know Elite bet?
No, I don't know. I like to bet.
You see, now you are the only one who is an underdog here. If this guy knows Elite bet, it means he has come from far. Elite bet is one of the first gambling sites that ever existed. We used to play with 10 shillings. You earn even 500 bob. Yeah. And matches were being fixed those days. It's almost 2013, 2014, thereabout. Very long time ago.
So just to
And Isaiah says he was never addicted to gambling, and yet he began with Elite bet. That means you have come very far.
God, after now moving from Banda, Choboch, and Simbi, how did you now move forward?
You know, my story is just like that of Isaiah. You know, Isaiah knows Betting League. Isaiah knows Elite Bet. Immediately after I joined Form 1 at around Form 2, I was not having that time now to play Banta, Choboch, those things. So now you are a grown up. You cannot interact now with local stuff. Banta and Choboch are for losers in the village.
Very true.
So I met with Elite Bet. I could stake 10 bob and win 500 bob in 2013. That was a lot of money. That was a very big deal. You live at home. You have no responsibilities. Then I remember I even won up to 1,700 bob. That was a big deal. There's a time I even won 3,800. And gambling is funny because you always remember details. You see, like Isaiah remembers 100 bob.
Yeah, and it was
He
Swansea.
remembers he played on. He was Swansea,
and Chelsea.
Clement Foot. And the funny thing is, you always remember the gains. You don't remember the stake. You say, I was about to win 7,000. You think that money is yours.
So sad.
Then when you lose it, you want to cry. Feel bad. Like,
Actually,
that was my money.
God, there's a point, there's a certain time betting league. I was about to win almost 10K. I had staked my 50 shillings. And
What
then all of a
happened?
sudden the site just hung. Man.
That is robbery.
It was betting league. Yeah,
Very
and you know,
betting
betting league, it used to come green.
Yeah.
That thing was
me,
moving.
man.
It's even better Aviator. That thing used to come. You bet in a multiple bet. Then the results, they just come once. Like,
Once.
it just comes results.
So
pop in
how
the
do you
screen.
know if you have lost or won? Because if there is
You
no
just
games
know the
playing.
results are there.
The results show up in themselves. They just come.
Now, what are you betting against or for?
You
You predict a game to win. It's a
Huh?
virtual game. It's like Manchester United versus Arsenal.
But
So only the results come immediate.
Yeah. No, that's really gambling.
So and Isaiah, you know what you're saying is true. Betting league used to do that. When you're
Those
just
days
going to win a high amount of money and then it hangs. And you
hangs.
lose that money.
and you know,
Now, by doing that, it motivates you to place another bet, and the site
no,
owners.
you cannot place another one. You'll be very angry.
See,
You want, but it's true.
you will
You
say
want
that,
revenge.
You will say that you are almost winning. Now maybe this time.
That loss would always make me to go and do another activity and not bet again.
Me, I used to now look for another money immediately. I want another money to take
You
a
want to
revenge.
catch
So,
Nah.
God, where were you getting this? Now the stake to place.
Of course, you must find it. It's like a thief. When you are a thief, you always find a place to find that money. There is no option. Like you just, when you are addicted, it's like you are addicted to alcohol.
Mhm.
You don't have a job, but you will drink every day.
Very true.
You just find a way.
So
Yeah.
this was back in 2013, around 2014.
Yeah.
How?
That was now serious betting.
How was it?
And funny thing is, some people usually enable you to keep betting. I don't know if Isaiah have gone through that.
How?
You go to the church, they tell you to give. Then your illusion tells you, if I give, I will win.
Mm.
And you give on Sunday, you win. Again, you come back, again, you give.
Let us bless the seed.
Yeah. So that's why I told you, betting is like, gambling is an investment for some people. And some people cannot quit. They live in that illusion
the addiction.
whereby you just think about, yeah. So
At some
Isaiah,
point-
you told me that you continued betting from Betin, from Elite. I don't know your story. My story was quite funny, my own.
My
Let's-
story was not a success story. I did very terribly at that career, man. But the funny thing is that I was knowledgeable about games, leagues. Even after doing analysis, I could know certain teams, how they are coached, which style are they playing. This is number 1, this is number 3. But at some point, you just lose. And then I decided to say, oh, this thing, it does not.
But there is
because
this.
how can number 4 beat the first one who has not even been beaten ever by that number 4 all of a sudden because I've just placed my bet.
But by there is this proverb in Kiswahili where we used to say mpira udunda. Like sometimes actually it's very true because you can get maybe a team is leading top of the table then it's being beaten by maybe last team. And maybe you had placed a good amount there. Even you wonder now, is it Satan or your analysis was wrong?
You start blaming Satan.
You started blaming
Yeah,
Satan.
at some point, I did ban teams from Bundesliga, Italy. Those teams, you could just place a bet on BVB. And hey, man, the next day BVB was beaten like 4. Now I'm start wondering. There's a day I did place my bet and but I left Barcelona leading. That was the only game remaining for me to win my 50K.
And the Barcelona was leading.
Now, 3-0. And now when I wake up in the morning, I hear the game went and it was 4-3. And I'm wondering, I say, where's my money? Going to check.
How did you manage to sleep? I cannot sleep in that situation.
I was sleeping. I wanted to wake up when I'm rich. I
With
never
the
wanted any
So
stress.
you wanted to wake up with the congratulations message.
I'm waking up. I see the message is missing. I'm wondering what nonsense is going on. Actually, I
I've
almost
realized
called
Amus is like,
I almost called them, and then
to follow
when
up.
I went to check that I actually saw that Celta Vigo had a comeback. The game ended 4-3. I went to myself, these things is like Satan, man. Oh, what's going on here?
It's all about Satan.
It's the devil.
The other time now when Barcelona was again playing Celta Vigo, they had this, you remember Nolito? And then I told myself, maybe this time Barcelona will revenge. Hey,
Yeah.
my lord, these guys were beaten again.
And Amos is saying, you see that thing of you want to wake up with a congratulations message.
Amos has played.
You say, that you just say, let me place these games. Then in the morning, you are now placing Turkey matches. From Spa.
I used to
And then you say in the morning, I will wake up with
Trabzon Spa. Those games in Turkey never win, man.
I
Fake
like
teams.
back in, I think in second year, I used to play Sportpesa me, but it was for a short period. Somebody used to tell me that this Bundesliga, like it was, most of the team usually, the results were usually under 1.5. So most of my betting, I used to place under 1.5, under 0.5. But let me tell you, there were
But
some
you still
days,
lost.
there are some days the team could even score 5-1. Now you are wondering, you have placed under 0.5. And the 11th minute, the team have already scored around 2 goals. Now you are wondering what's wrong with me?
You already out of game.
You are in the 11th
Under
minute,
0.5.
and you have placed it under 0.5. Now you are wondering, what's wrong with me? But at least I tried that
in
for
the first minute, or you play under 0.5, first minute, 1 goal.
But I tried that using Sportpesa, and then I came to realize that, for me, like it was too much pressure because I couldn't sleep. If I place a bet, the night was even longer. I couldn't sleep. Now, turning and now, I learned that it was too much stressful for me. And then, obvious, I was losing. So I decided to quit. And from there, I've never tried gambling again. Apart from, it was, last year where I tried a theater and the helicopter flew away with my money.
They showed you dust.
I
Dust
banned
is
that
constant.
thing. I say
But
I will never bet again.
For Vieta, it has a pattern and there's I think a happy hour. For those who have actually watched it, you can actually master it.
You believe in those
But,
stories,
You have to
Isaiah?
go master it. Why don't you master it?
The problem is that it feeds on your expectations. After winning, there's this urge that is within you.
Yeah.
You tell yourself, why
To
should
place
I go
another
home with
bet.
1,000? Let me
Let me
win
double
more.
it.
You say,
Let me win more.
I'm going to be a millionaire.
I'm going to be a millionaire. You actually tell yourself, I think it might even go up to 1,000.
Actually,
And you are at 70K. You have placed 1,000. You are at
Then-
70K.
There's at some point
Instead of
I
removing the 70K,
I was
keep
around
going.
when it went from actually I waited my 10 shillings. It went instead of just me removing at 70, I waited and I'm telling myself, let me go up to 100.
it's your way
That's how I
around
know.
80 there.
Then
No,
then you sweat.
at
Then you do.
72. At
No,
72,
Then you do.
I told
actually,
myself I'm not playing this game.
actually, I've come to learn
You
that the
you breathe heavily. You do.
like a blood liar.
Out of,
Actually, I've come to learn a lot.
Like-
Okay, the biggest trap or what makes people gamble is the promise of easy money, you know? Like just sitting there, then within
Hey,
2 minutes.
that's
you
not
have
easy
your-
money, my friends. Yo,
It is for some people it is easy because if you let's say you place 100
Hey.
bob, then to a theater,
Yeah.
then you wait for that thing to fly to around even let's say even one let's say even the odds of 3. That's around 300. Imagine winning 300 within let's say 12 seconds, you know? That's what I think it's what
Hey.
making most people suffer because the promise of easy money.
that's not easy money, I'm telling you.
It's not easy money.
That money you sweat for it. Those you see those 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds you are breathing like hellfire.
like like
3
a
seconds,
dodger
but
that is pulled.
But you will have high blood pressure. The pressure will be rising.
At some point, aviator is even
Constantly.
dangerous than football. Aviator, you can even kick yourself, man. It wants you to just sit down in a corner.
There was a time I broke my foot.
Just because you lost.
I watched Aviator. Yeah, I was seeing. Aviator, I've already lost.
By the way, I even saw my friend talking to himself just because of Aviator. The guy was blaming himself, cursing his name, then on the other side saying, oh, it was Shetani. Then at the same time blaming himself. Then he goes back and blames the internet, saying it was the internet was slow. But is it true that having a fast internet can really work good on Aviator? Is it true or just a myth?
You know, do you lie to
don't know.
yourself?
There's
no
neighbor of
way
mine.
a fast internet will assist you.
There is this neighbor of mine. I used to supply him internet. Now, actually, the initial agreement was 5 Mbps. So this guy, there was this time now he starts complaining, says my internet is very slow. That at night when he plays Aviator, the guy said that before withdrawing, that he said he'd blame it on my internet. Said that my internet hung, and now the chopper flew away. I was wondering. We even went and tested. The speed was very fast. In fact, the speed was around 6 Mbps. But now the guy blamed on my internet, said that my internet was very slow, that it was the cause of his failure. Now, Isaiah, is it true that having fast internet can make you rip high or rip big in Aviator?
How about because
that
for
man
me,
was
I was
just
using.
blaming my internet.
I think he was just trying to find excuses for his own mistakes. Because now, Aviator wants scapegoating, now not just gaslighting. For me, a Safaricom internet package, that one of 10 Mbps, you know, 3K package. And we were using almost 3 neighbors we were sharing. But I could play it, and actually there were some moments that I used to win.
Yeah,
But now my problem was
You are
that
just-
after
you are
winning,
just-
I never withdrew my money.
You want
And
to
I want this take to go up to 1,000 bob.
And
Invested
you
10
don't want
shillings.
person.
I wanted the stake
What
to
is
go
the
to 1K.
craziest thing? Yeah. What is the craziest thing you have ever done while gambling? Isaiah.
Even if I'm saying that I never got angry, but there's at this point when that game, Chelsea versus Swansea, I actually decided to bet that Chelsea might even add a goal. So that I can win times 2. If there'll be a comeback.
You lack self-control and discipline. That's why you even lost.
I was maximizing on
Let
my
me tell
knee,
you.
on
Let
my
me
nose.
let me tell you guys a very short story. You know, people out here, they don't know what gambling is doing to people. Some people you find they're gambling and while chasing their losses. You know, the worst part of gambling is you chase your loss. Chase your loss. So in the period of chasing your losses, you find someone just lost and he uses even school fees, gambles and follows that money. You don't even
What's that?
sleep. I remember on my days of gambling, I didn't used to sleep. Then, I don't know, Isaiah, if you have ever experienced this or Amos. When you're playing Aviator, you don't want to be close to anybody.
Very
You hide.
Yeah.
And you want to be very peaceful. It's
You want
like
to-
you're masturbating.
maximum
You
concentration.
are, you are in your corner. Maximum concentration. Now you think you are a pro. If you don't want disturbance, oh my friend, that thing is shit. And you'll never win. You'll never win when you're chasing your losses.
You
But
never.
that thing about the internet, that gaslighting, you know, you can even find blames. Like me, I used to blame my wife. When my wife comes close to me, I chase her away.
She's bad
You are
luck.
the bad luck. That's why I'm losing.
For
So
me,
those-
I never wanted somebody to see my bet. You have jinxed my bet, man. Like for that bet, there's a guy who said that now you have won the bet, man. Let us go and prepare eating. And I told him now, you have destroyed the bet. It's not.
But then,
if you don't, I told him, I'll never even work with you when I bet. Yeah, I will lose.
is it true that showing someone your bed slip which is a bad luck?
Yes, that's bad luck.
Hey.
Oh,
Were you showing me your bed slip? One how is that bad luck?
the guy will start
Bad luck.
counting. They're counting the profits even before the game
Even
has
before
ended. At the
oh,
time,
they-
you're winning. All of a sudden, Grimsby beats Manchester.
All of a sudden, Manchester
They put
with a comeback.
Manchester will never have a
some purple
Manchester-
eyes.
A kids of comeback.
Manchester initiates a comeback and then they destroy their own comeback.
Being a Manchester fan is not easy. We are really suffering, let me tell you. It has reached
You're
a
not
point.
suffering, you know.
It has
There's
reached a
this
point
problem
where
now. I'm wearing actually an Arsenal jersey. I'm an Arsenal fan. Our viewers should not be confused. They might think I'm a Manchester United fan. Let us get this straight. There's at some point, Manchester United used to laugh at Arsenal that, and even right now they're laughing at us that we have finished number 2 for 3 consecutive years, isn't it?
it is very true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Actually, our success, you see that thing, it looks like a failure. But right now, if your coach gets to number 2, you'll start telling us how.
But it has reached a point where me as a Manchester United, I'm always expecting the worst. Like I'm always ready for, because when this expectation of winning, it's really hurting. Imagine like the last
Also, we're
game.
used to that. You know, Arsenal, we were not winning anything for many years. So, you guys you have not beginning.
Back to gambling. What are some of the, you can say the disadvantages or the negative effect of gambling? Like, what are the effects? How did gambling turn your life around?
You know, me, I don't say gambling is a bad thing
Oh, so it's
because I think one of the best times of my life, let me say when I was living life, you know, there's that period that now you know you're living life.
You are living big.
during your prime.
If you're not, I always believe if you're not anxious, you're not living life. I don't know if you share the same vision with me.
Very
Like
true.
if you're comfortable, I don't think you're living your best potential. So gambling puts you in a very anxious state.
The high
Like
blood
you're just
pressure.
waiting for the next moment. Aviator, I tried it just for some time. I was not a very big fan of Aviator. But there were other very many betting sites that I used to try. Like sports betting, I tried it, but I was not very patient. I did not want to wait 90 minutes. So,
You are very
so that's
greedy.
why I liked virtual. Yeah, I used to like, I don't know if you guys know casino.
Yeah, I know
Casino is where you choose red, black, you choose even, or even you choose a specific number. And you know when you choose a specific number, like I used to place 1,500 or 2,000 Kenyan shillings
per bet.
on, let's say, number 36. And after just 3 spins, I win 72,000. That day I was in the toilet. I went with my phone in the toilet. I did not want my wife to know I'm gambling because my wife was against it. So I said, let me go stay in the toilet. And my wife was very clever. She used to know when I'm in the toilet, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So I went to the toilet and sat there. Imagine within 3 minutes, I was already on 100,000.
So, what's the highest amount you have ever won in betting?
I've won. There's even a night I won up to 150,000 Kenyan shillings.
Don't tell
And
Amos which
it's just
type
one
of
night.
bet. Don't tell Amos.
Show me your ways.
But now the problem is that money. You'll never use that money, my friend. You'll give it back. You'll give it back plus you'll give all your savings. Because now, like when I won 150,000, I knew this is my day. I'm making it out of the block.
So you started
I lost
betting
that day. I made a loss of 100,000
shit.
that same night.
But you see, why were you just not contented with the 150,000?
You can never be contented, my friend.
I was already starting to tell you to show me the ways, but me, I just want to be winning around 10K only. I don't want 150.
You'll not be
Go
satisfied.
try. Go try it. Go do a Vieta.
So what
I don't know if you've heard the story of Isaiah where he did a Vieta and it was flying and he was already at 70,000.
Yeah, and
He
he
said,
wanted,
let me just 200.
let it get to 100,000. Then all of a sudden the chopper flew away with all your money.
That's the last time I played Aviator.
Why was it the last day?
Isaiah,
Very angry.
now in
You
this
know, at
context,
that time, even in my house, I did not have rice, sugar. So I had plans.
to use that money, you are already counting the chicks and the eggs haven't even hatched and you are already counting the chicks.
You make calculations and see if I pay 1 year
I was
and
to
then I
pay
will have
rent.
some pocket money.
I was to pay rent actually and buy a new coach. But okay, you know that day I ended up eating sukuma wiki, and I was already planning to go and eat chicken.
But as we have said, but gambling can really be bad sometimes because me, I know. We even have one of our mutual friends back in campus. I think you know this.
I know
guys.
that guy.
Yeah, even they haven't graduated yet.
It's a group of people.
It's a group of people.
Yeah.
Like there was this. He used to be your roommate, Isaiah.
No, it's not.
Don't deny your friend.
Yeah.
But that guy actually would win.
Yeah.
Hey, like
But,
He made a lot of money.
Like this guy was addicted to gambling to a point that he used to bet with rent money, with school fees,
School
even
fees.
with the phone
Even if
money.
you
give it-
I remember there was
I
a
used to
time.
do that as well.
I remember there was a time when this guy has not eaten for I think what was 2 days, boy. And when he received money, the first thing he do instead of eating, he gamble. Now, like
I used to do that as well because something tells you, let me double this money before I spend it. It's an investment. Like if you have 20K, you say, I can have 40K. Go
Why
buy
should I
a
settle
TV for 20K.
Kwani,
Yeah,
you guys don't learn from
Like me, most times I used to, if you ask Isaiah, I used to have very good televisions in my house and coach.
Yeah,
Those coaches I used to gamble. If I get money, first of all, if I get my pay, I double my money. Then I buy very classy things in my house. So my house was very neat. But I used to live on an instant. Like I never had a saving. If you are an addicted gambler, you can never have even 10 shillings in your account. It must go. You and money cannot sleep in the same house.
one
I
must
agree.
go. Me,
One must go.
Because-
One must go.
I remember. Were you around during the Nyayo Bond saga, God?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this friend of Isaiah, there was
Yeah.
this moment. There was this time.
The ones that they were paying guys money because of when the hostel
Yeah.
burned down.
Yeah. So imagine this guy
Mhm.
had help money. It was almost around 30K. Then the guy
21,
was
200.
Yeah, the guy was given school fees around almost 30K plus pocket money.
Mm.
When we were going back to KU, this guy is like had a lot of money, around 100K. But let me tell you,
Yeah.
within 1 week, this guy was a squatter one.
But Isaiah received a lot of money. Isaiah during the Nyayo bond, you received 60,000.
No, it was they were giving us they were to give us 12K. We went for a strike. They increased the amount to 21,200.
But now,
So everybody was giving their money. But for me, I did not receive mine when I was at home. I gave the account bank of the school, so they had paid for me school fees.
they paid them themselves.
Let me tell you guys, they had paid themselves with my money. So I had, even if it was their money.
Isaiah.
You followed your money.
That I had to go to the deputy finance,
Yeah.
the central admin. Hey, it's not easy. I went there and they started sending me around, and then I got angry and told them to show me their boss. I want my money. I went to the
You did not
deputy.
want to pay fees.
I had already paid the fees for a year, and I've not even studied for 1 year, and they want me to pay another year. And I'm not sure if I'll be alive. I told them I wanted my cash. How can they pay for me the school fees? I've already paid.
You cannot pay for the fee.
They gave me a check. That guy was telling me, he just let it be school fees. I told them I don't want school fees. My parent will pay. I almost even cried for that. You could have thought that I'm going to do with the money something important. And then I found my other friend who had the same amount. We then collected the money in a dustbin, started now, I have life now. Started throwing around the money, counting.
This guy used to buy big phones.
But those phones they were good, man. I can't tell you, they were sleek. I bought another one now. But
Minister of Enjoyment.
Minister of Enjoyment.
Poor
Actually,
life.
that money was for enjoyment. Oh, but
Poor life decisions. Yeah. Yes, Isaiah. You called your father. I remember. You told the father you need school fees. you, you squandered 60,000. And that was in first year. Yeah. There was a friend of Isaiah who used to say, when this guy gets money, he's untouchable. You have 70,000. You want to hit 7 bucks. You wanted to spend money, man. You became a sponsor. So, I was telling you guys the effects of gambling, how it made me. Sometimes I was gambling in class, man. The lecturer is busy in front of class, but me, I'm just bending on my phone. Yeah, I was telling myself, this lecturer is wasting time. It's wasting time. I can make more money, more than him. Yeah, I was saying if I make 4,000 per day, because that guy had explained to us how he was making 100K per month, and I said, bullshit. This guy is over 40 years. He's making only 100K. What a waste of time. Yeah, what a waste of time with all his knowledge. Then I told myself, no. I say, I cannot be such kind of a loser. And honestly speaking, campus was not my thing. I used to look around and I felt bored. I'm just seeing losers all over. These guys are just losers. Jokers. But by then I used to make money. You never know, because maybe I saw you and say this guy is a loser. He cannot match my pace. Yeah. So even not. So I used to make money. By then I used to make like 1,500. Even Isaiah knows. When I left high school, I knew how to make money. You see, like these guys who do Forex, me, I used to sell bets. I predict match and sell. Yes. I could even get 20,000 Kenyan shillings in a day just selling odds. Yeah, because I never took money before. I used to take money after someone wins. So I give like 5 odds to, let's say, 50 people, because there's a probability some people will not give. Some people will stake low. They will give you 200 bob. So I used to manage that risk. I know this guy has said he will place, but he will place 200. I know if I pressure him, he will give me, let's say, 200 bob from the profits. So managing that risk, it made me very rich until I saw like campus, I was wasting time. And then there's a time one guy sent me 60,000 Kenyan shillings for winning just 5 odds. So I figured out this guy may have won 500,000 Kenyan shillings. So I was making money. Yeah. So those are the things that made me addicted to gambling. So when I stopped selling odds, there's a time I started losing odds. So I lost trust from the clients. They deserted me. Then I said, I was giving these guys the games. I can bet them myself. And the funny thing, when I was selling the odds, I was not betting. I just analyze and sell. Yeah. Then now I came to be addicted to the money. Let me say to the money. Then I started now gambling myself. Yeah. So when I started gambling myself, I started losing and losing. I was in a losing spree, like 1 year losing spree. I became a failure, let me tell you. I lost every single cent I ever earned. And then there were some people who I had made them lose a lot of money. You know, when I had built trust, now people could stake any amount. I remember there's a girl that she even cursed me. She told me she's a single mother. Oh, I've made her lose all her money. Yeah. Then she told me I've ruined her life. I was like, I'm sorry, what, blah, blah. But I said, now we were in this together, so I don't give a shit anyway. But now what she said came to pass because I became poor. I'm telling you, my friend, I lost money. I lost money. Then the worst, when the time I came to quit is when there was a day I was now relocating to the UK. Then there's some money I was given to pay for something. And it was 170,000 Kenyan shillings, let me say. So when I was given this money, I was to pay visa for my kids to come to the UK. And then this time, I was also looking for other money. There was more money for expenses, traveling expenses and all that. So I said, this 170,000, let me double. So that what? Yeah, it's... Yeah, I cannot say it's the devil. It's just me. It's not the devil. So what I said. So Yeah. What is this guy doing? So the investor, yeah,